Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. This podcast is the full show from today's episode of Undisputed from start to finish. We've got a busy slate, so skip Shannon. Let's get to it.
Good morning. Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe, and guys, we got a lot to talk about today.
As you can see, I'm dressed for morning.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you
noticed
dressed
that.
in morning? Your guy now runs the whole franchise.
Don't do that, Skip.
LeBron just
Don't
took
do that.
over the world.
Don't do that.
There's no magic
I'm not
in
gonna
his
let you
way
do
anymore.
I'm not gonna let you do this.
Oh, I'm about to do a lot in this show.
LeBron get blamed for everything. There's
Magic thought he was getting blamed for everything.
There's a water shortage. Oh, LeBron.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's out of Chinatown. Way to go. You
How
know
you doing?
Chinatown?
No.
Okay, so we're mourning today. That's good to know.
You know,
Thank you for
I got that old mortician black eye.
letting
You know,
us know.
old Rev Sharpe. Old Rev Sharpe come to get that thing to him today.
What are you doing? Are you done with the Lakers? Or?
Nah. I'm just coming to bless them.
Okay, well, you better.
Let the church say it.
Yeah, well.
We have one huge story today, so we are going to get right to it. In a shocking move last night, Magic Johnson stepped down as the Lakers president of basketball operations. Magic was in the job for 2 years and failed to make the playoffs. He made his announcement before the Lakers' final game of the season, and he didn't even tell team owner Jeannie Buss before he addressed the media. Let's take a listen.
I'm a free bird, and I've been handcuffed, and I don't like that. What I didn't like is the backstabbing and the whispering. I don't like that. You know, I don't like a lot of things that went on that didn't have to go on. It's a difficult decision. You know, I cried before I came here. I'm about to cry now. But it's hard when you love an organization the way I love this organization. It's hard when you love a person like I love Jeannie. And I don't want to disappoint her. I don't want to, you know, we love Lou, you know. So I got to make a decision, right? And that's a tough thing. But I'm good with where I am. I'm happy. I want to do the things I used to do. So I had to weigh both situations, and so this is better for me.
Wow. Okay, Shannon, how do you explain this?
Well, this announcement was like a Magic Johnson pass, Skip. It came out of nowhere and no one saw it coming.
Hit you right in the face.
Yeah, you got to keep your hands up in all time.
Yep.
But Skip, listening at him, there are a lot. I believe Magic wanted this job. I believe he felt that he could help restore the Lakers back to where they were. But once he got down to the nitty-gritty, and maybe he saw the work that it entailed, and maybe he saw the things, and he mentioned behind the scenes that go on, that he felt that you didn't need to do to be in this business.
Yep.
It was more than he could take. You see, in this role, he couldn't be Magic Johnson. He needed to be Irving Johnson. Magic Johnson, the front-loving guy that makes everybody feels like he's known them for 25 years. Irving Johnson sometimes has to be ruthless. You have to make very tough decisions, and he said it. We love Luke. I got to make a decision.
Yep.
I love these guys. A lot of these guys I drafted, but I was going to have to move them in order to get better, and that weighed on me. You know, Skip, he also said, you know, when guys did, see, Magic loves the NBA. He loves great play in the NBA. It bothered him, I believe, when Ben Simmons wanted to reach out to him, pick his brain, maybe work out in the offseason. He couldn't because it's going to be viewed as tampering. And so there are a lot of things that went on behind the scenes. I wish he had told Jeannie Buss first and not let her hear it as he's explaining it to the media. I still believe he should have done that. I also don't like the fact, Skip, I'm a type of guy, if you sign up for something, see it through. But I'm also one of these guys, if your heart's not in it, let it go. And I believe that he just felt that he could no longer do the role that was asked of him to the fullest. And he said, you know what? Just let me go ahead and bow out now.
I want to preface everything I'm about to say by reiterating, I love Magic Johnson. I love his heart. I love his aura. I love to be in his presence. I've known him for a long, long time, since his rookie year in the NBA. And I just love the man, everything he stands for. But I can't defend what just happened.
No, nor should you.
He failed and he bailed. He flat out quit. And he kept saying, I'm so happy. But deep down, he was so angry. He quit out of frustration and out of spite. And he did so without informing Jeannie Buss to her face.
I thought that was the lady he loved, though. He loved her so
what
much.
he said, my sister.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Without telling her, without giving her any warning, he flat out dropped the bombshell right on her head, and it was reported she was on her way to the final game of the year, and she just turned around and went home. And he did so without informing one of the greatest basketball players we've ever seen, LeBron James, whom he says he recruited. I'm not going to give him a lot of credit for that, because I believe LeBron wanted to come here, but he reiterated last night.
LeBron recruited the Lakers.
Thank you. But he didn't even give LeBron a heads up, so LeBron also had to hear it from the media. And I think that's also incredibly disrespectful to LeBron. Maybe he had reason to do so, but you can't tell me that this whole knee-jerk decision didn't come out of some anger. So I sat watching live the longest, strangest, maybe greatest I'm stepping down press conference I've ever seen, because Magic Johnson turned on the all-time greatest charm I've ever seen. And he tried to spin it in ways that you just suggested, like, I want to be a mentor to players all across the league, to the Ben Simmons. I want to be able to congratulate Russell Westbrook on a third straight year of triple-doubles. Yet, wait a second, you, in the next breath, rave about Kuzma and B.I. and Lonzo. Well, you could stay and mentor them, right? You got your own three that you chose. You chose two of them, right?
But
Okay.
I don't know if they're as good as Russell or Ben Simmons.
Thank you very much. And yet he went on and on about, we're just one big piece away. We're right on schedule. Well, if you're right on schedule, why don't you stay on schedule? Well, if you've got it right to the precipice of greatness, where he's making a strong case, next year we contend for a championship, then why would you bail out of nowhere? Why would you shock the world by bailing? And it's because it's not going the way you thought it was going to go. LeBron James keeps saying, I knew exactly what I was getting into. I don't think Magic Johnson had any idea what he was getting into.
I totally agree.
So I believe he wanted to fire Luke Walton.
Yes.
And Jeannie said,
No.
I'm not with you. She probably didn't say a flat out no, but she said, I wouldn't do it if I were you.
Right.
I believe he fell apart and fell out with Rob Pelinka and wanted him gone. And I believe Jeannie said, no, let's see this through.
You heard his comments last night when they asked him about Rob Pelinka. That's going to be Jeannie's decision.
Yeah. And he also went into this whole thing about backstabbing. And he said she needs somebody she can trust in that position.
She knew she could trust me.
She could trust me, but then you jump to the conclusion she couldn't trust him. So he struck out and struck out. And I believe that he got sick and tired of the mounting criticism over all the poor moves that he has made, and it's mostly deserved, if not completely deserved. But remember, he's Earvin Magic Johnson, and I think he woke up yesterday and said, I don't need this. I'm better than this, right?
Right.
And remember, he said that on Monday he had a 3-hour meeting with Jeannie Buss.
Correct.
I'm going to guess she's been turning the heat up on him. Like, I need to see more from you.
Right.
I need to see a bigger commitment from you.
I need to see
more.
more. Literally.
Literally see you in the office more. And it's been reported that he's been out of the office more than in. And even going back to last year when LeVar first took on Luke Walton and they needed a statement and some defense from Magic Johnson, and Jeannie found out, he's in Hawaii on vacation? Really? In the middle of the basketball season?
Well, all he had to do is look at Twitter. He put the pictures up, I think, with him and Samuel Jackson.
It was also reported that on Saturday, Magic sat for a long lunch with LeBron and Rich Paul, and Pelinka was involved in that. And I'm just going to guess that he didn't love what he's hearing from LeBron. And this is just my big picture takeaway from this. I believe that it came clear to him this year LeBron is more powerful than Magic Johnson. And I don't think the great Magic Johnson loved that. He thought that he would have final say, that he would be in charge, and he realized, no, LeBron's really in charge here. And I also think he realized that LeBron effect, all the drama that surrounds him, can also impact Magic, because once LeBron came here without the obvious second star,
Right.
what happens with the media? And again, I always say the media overprotects LeBron, but maybe let's just be objective about it. What does the media do? It's always the second star's fault.
Right.
In Cleveland, it was Kevin Love. He became the scapegoat, right?
You're right.
Well, I think in some ways Magic became the scapegoat this year, and deservedly so, because I can't defend any of these
Right.
moves, and I'm going to go through them in just a minute. I also think Magic Johnson did not like this looming bombshell ESPN expose article, and I'm going to go more into it in just a minute here, but it portrays him as a boss who mistreated employees, and he fired back about it last night, but I just think he slept on all this and woke up yesterday morning and just said, well, why do I need this?
Right.
I'm me, and I had a great life before he did, and I believe he is a business superstar. I believe he said he's closing billion-dollar deals and that his business is exploding. Okay, God bless. Go do that, right?
But guess what, Skip? In Magic Johnson's career, that's basketball related.
Yep.
He's had success on the court.
Yep.
But once he stepped off the negativity, how would you classify his coaching career?
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because it mirrors what just happened here. What happened? At the end of the 93-94 season, he took over, and it looked like he was being positioned to finish out the year and go into next year.
Right.
And what happened? He won 5 of the first 6 games. Lakers off to a 20-14 start by Christmas. And then he concludes that season by losing 10 straight games.
Right.
And he said, I'm out. And he blasted today's players, even though on that team were James Worthy, Michael Cooper, and Kurt Rambis, 3 guys he played with. But they were at the end of their careers.
Correct.
But he characterized the young players as there were no real phones, but that they brought the early cell phones into meetings, and that they're going off and buzzers are going off, and that he didn't think they had the commitment to basketball that he had as a player.
Right.
Well, what's the syndrome that we always talk about here? I always say that the greater the player you were, the harder it is to pick players and coach players, right?
Absolutely.
It just is.
Yes.
It just gets hard. Listen, Michael Jordan should have walked away from Charlotte as the GM. He should have fired himself a long time ago.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Are they going to miss the playoffs again?
Again.
How many years is that?
100.
Okay,
No, it's probably like 2 or 3.
Okay.
But, and so you look at, coaching, not
Okay.
successful.
All right.
What about his broadcasting career? Would you consider that a success?
Well, he got hired and fired at ESPN twice, so I guess it was hit and miss.
And
Yeah.
now
Okay.
he stepped away
Okay.
from this.
All right.
So the moment that the criticism,
Yep.
because at basketball, Skip, he never got criticized. He comes in as a rookie, he wins
Yep.
the finals, he's finals MVP,
He did.
wins MVPs, he wins 5 titles, 9
Okay.
goes 9 trips to the finals in 12 years.
Yep.
So there is no criticism.
Okay.
Now he's getting criticized.
He's getting criticized.
What about this, Skip? What did you think? Like, hold on. I told them, not this year, because we got to clear the books, but give me 2 off seasons. And if I can't land 2 big-time free agents, I'll step away. Then all of a sudden it start to dawn on him, what if I can't get KD? What if I can't land Kyrie? What if I can't pull out this AD or I can't get Klay? What if I can't attract? Because, and I've said this before, guys are not going to the Lakers for Magic Johnson because he's not on the court.
Not on the court.
What good is a general manager? Oh, well, I'm going to Golden State because of Bob Myers, or I'm going to San Antonio for R.C. Buford.
Yeah.
No, you're going to that organization for the pieces that's on the floor. Now, you want
unless you trust Magic is Magic, he's really like a magical GM.
Well, I don't think anybody, no players or
Okay.
no general managers are giving him credit for LeBron.
Okay.
Because LeBron had his bag packed. I'm moving in.
Totally agree.
So it wasn't like, LeBron, do you want to stay here? No, I'm moving in.
Okay, so since Magic took over, let's just quickly detail the swings and misses.
Okay.
Lou Williams, he was a Laker.
Yes.
He let him go.
Let him go.
Okay, Julius Randle was a Laker.
Let him
and
go.
he let him go. And Brook Lopez, who's had a tremendous year this year and is one of the best rim protectors in basketball. He's not a rebounder, but he's a rim protector and a really terrific three-point shooter.
Which is
for a big man, which is just exactly what the doctor ordered for LeBron James, is not a Laker. And then we got the big Zubats deal for Mike Muscala. There was a Muscala sighting last night in game number 82. He made 4 out of 7 threes, and that's the first time I even noticed him on a floor, okay? So could that go down could that move live in infamy? Because you gave him to your rival, your crosstown rival Clippers.
But you know Magic's legacy.
Okay.
It's Lonzo Ball.
Okay, Lonzo
That's
Ball.
it, Skip, that's it.
Okay, and I must bring up the fact that my friend Stephen A. Smith had reported in February that somebody told Stephen A. that Lonzo was actually Jeannie's idea and not Magic's idea, that he wanted De'Aaron Fox. And then The Athletic reported Jeannie was furious over that because she said that was not true. And I got to believe it probably came from Magic. I don't know that for a fact. And that he was trying to revise history to protect his own legacy, because it was Magic Johnson who, at the introductory press conference, said, number 2, that jersey is going to rise into the rafters
because
someday.
Skip, you don't want to be the guy that passed on the hometown kid that turns out to be a Hall of Famer.
All right.
You don't want to be that guy. But you also don't want to be the guy that all of a sudden he's not what you thought he was going to be. Because if his jersey's supposed to hang from the rafters, Skip, he better stack some trophies.
Okay.
Because everybody that's hanging stack trophies with the exception of Elgin Baylor.
Okay, and last night Magic raved about how good the kids are going to be, Kuzma, Brandon, Lonzo, and yet I'm pretty sure Magic had signed off on the fact that they tried to trade the whole lot of them, including Josh Hart, for Anthony Davis.
He was going to drive the bus. He was going to drive him to New Orleans.
Okay, so what? So we get back to the ESPN bombshell article, and I got to read, because last night Magic responded to it and validated it. So this isn't just some pie-in-the-sky report out of nowhere. He told the LA Times last night, if we could see that, please. This article he's referring to, the ESPN. An article would never make Magic Johnson do something he don't want to do. Everybody run up. Oh, they're writing an article. Okay, great. I'm going to say, why didn't you interview everybody at ESPN? You know how many times ESPN hired me? Twice. If I was doing something wrong to employees, disrespecting, you think they would have hired me twice? No. I know that article is not an accurate article. I can tell you that right now. Now, it's some disgruntled former Laker employees talking to reporters. Yeah, they're going to say what they're going to say because they wasn't doing their jobs. So what is a person going to do? Point the finger bad about the person who fired them. I'm good. I'm a big boy. Does that not validate that this thing is coming down the pike? Is it not possible that this played a role? Because he's saying, I don't need this. I'm Magic Johnson. Right. I want to get back to being a force in the community, a mentor to players across the league, to an entrepreneur. I want to go back to the great life I had, because he's saying this is beneath my dignity to have to suffer through this.
As a matter of fact, I took a pay cut to come back and take this job.
Okay.
I could have stayed I could have stayed where I was, been Magic Johnson, tweet when I want, call who I want. I don't need this. I don't need you guys criticizing me, telling me I'm over my head, telling me that I'm unqualified for this job. Why do I need that? Do you know who I am? I'm Magic Johnson. And for the last 2 years, y'all been knowing me as Irving. So guess what? Irving is gone. I'm done with him. I'm back to being Magic, having fun, doing what I want to do. Because, Skip, it's hard. Look, when Magic was in business, he hired people to do what Jeannie hired him to do. See, Jeannie can take the vacation, Skip, because she put people in place to do the job. Magic was the guy that she put in place. You don't get to take the vacation. It's just like when you was Magic Johnson with Magic Johnson Enterprises and you hired people, you got to take the vacation. They had to work 24/7. Now the roles are reversed. And everybody can't do this, Skip. Everybody's not blessed. And like you said, talking to John Elway, who was a great player, Hall of Fame player, and now he's the GM.
He's an exception to the rule.
Yes.
And even now he's struggling.
And he said the hardest thing is picking the players, because you don't really have any say once they get on the field. Like when I'm on the field, Skip, I can control it. I can play really, really well and increase our chances of winning.
You can, but he can't.
Can't do nothing. He said, I'm just sitting up here, my stomach churning.
John Elway's GM career mirrors Magic's, because Peyton Manning came and knocked on his door, just like LeBron knocked on Magic's door. But now John can't find a quarterback, right? He's going to try Joe Flacco, okay?
But John's number 2 pick was better than Magic so far, Von Miller.
Fair enough, although, Kuzma was, I got to give Kuzma to Magic. He hasn't taken the next all-star step, but in the big picture, there's a lot to do here with LeBron James. And I'm not blaming LeBron for this, but it's curious to me how Magic was not fully invested in this job, nor to me was LeBron completely invested in being the greatest basketball player he could be, because he did have other LA interests just as Magic did. So they were sort of partners in crime in that way, because neither was fully all in to making the Lakers the greatest they could be.
Right.
So think about Magic. He has nothing but the utmost pride for his career. Magic Bird. There was a Broadway play, Magic Bird. That's how great he was, right?
Yes.
I went to see it. It was really good.
Yeah.
But the point is, think of the shame that Magic felt this year, because he's the man who's supposed to be running the Lakers. And there are internet videos, One Shining Moment parodies of the Lakers season with all the blunders and gaffes and embarrassments. You don't think that just shamed Magic? Like, what am I doing? How did it come to this so quickly? And think about LeBron's whole year. These are all things that Magic would say, I don't want to associate with that. Let's do right from the start. There was no introductory news conference for LeBron James. And I think the Laker brass, they were just like astounded, like, what, we can't get him to do an intro press conference?
Right.
Because it would have really benefited the Laker brand, because you want to announce this guy, and he wouldn't participate in that. And to this day, I don't know why. Then we had the big pizza prank blunder on Twitter, where I don't know what was LeBron trying to do. Like he pranks people into thinking he's going to be at his Blaze
Culver
Pizza
City.
outlet in Culver City. And then later in the day, Savannah posts a picture. They're all lounging at the pool in Brentwood. And it just infuriated some Laker fans. Then we got bad body language from LeBron early on. Then we got internet videos of all of his defensive no-shows and blunders and olays. And Magic, I'm sure, is just sitting back saying, what did I wrought here? You know, what is happening here? And then obviously he sat away from his teammates at Indiana, which was their low point of the season. He had an inbounds pass off the back of the backboard. He rolled the one inbounds pass rolled up the court, and then he accidentally sort of kicked it out of bounds. And then the Hazonia full hand block. And I'm not trying to pile on LeBron. I'm just trying to show you this is where Magic is watching all this from afar. And how many times did I say, where is Magic? Why doesn't he speak up and speak out?
He disappeared.
He disappeared. Poof.
see him.
Like
Here
it went up. It was just like magic. And then obviously the crescendo was LeBron pushed and failed to land Anthony Davis with Rich Paul and with Magic. So is that not some NBA power, like muscle that they could flex? Magic Johnson and LeBron James couldn't pull off prying AD away from Dell Demps, who then lost his job, obviously, and now Magic has walked away. And this has a lot to do with it, because he has to know those kids may never be fully invested in the Lakers, right?
And the thing is, Skip, Magic should know this better than anyone.
Yeah.
The microscope that is on the Lakers.
Yeah.
He played in it. He understands what this brand represents,
Yeah.
and missing the playoffs is unacceptable. And now you were entrusted to get the Lakers back to what they were when the old man Dr. Bus was around. That's what, because Magic played for him. They were very close. Magic says like a father to him. Jeannie's like a sister. So she entrusted you to get the Lakers back to where they were. The glory days, the Showtime Lakers. Magic and Kareem, Shaq and Kobe, Shaq and Powell, Andrew Bynum.
Okay.
That's what Magic was entrusted to do.
I am with you. So bottom line, he's seeing the handwriting on the locker room wall. Because if he believed with all his heart and soul that he could get Kevin Durant and Kyrie to come this summer, there's no way he's going to walk
Absolutely
away.
not.
But he's thinking, this mess is going to get messier. Because LeBron's obviously not going to get younger next year.
No.
You hope he gets a little better, but can he get markedly better? Probably not.
No.
So here
He'll
we
be
are.
fine as long as he don't get injured, LeBron gonna be just fine.
Okay, well, he'll be just fine, but if he doesn't have a sidekick,
we need something.
We are far from done talking about this, but hearing him say backstabbing and whispering, I think leads us to believe that there's a lot more going on with the Lakers. So what should the Lakers do now? We're going to discuss that next.
No mercy.
Hey guys, Jenny Taft here with a quick word about Robinhood. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos all commission-free. While other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade, Robinhood doesn't charge any commission fees, so you can trade stocks and keep all of your profits. Plus, there is no account minimum deposit needed to get started, so you can start investing at any level. The simple, intuitive design of Robinhood makes investing easy for newcomers and experts alike. View easy-to-understand charts and market data and place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. You can also view stock collections, such as 100 most popular. With Robinhood, you can learn how to invest in the market as you build your portfolio, discover new stocks, track your favorite companies, and get custom notifications for price movements so you never miss the right moment to invest. Robinhood is giving listeners of Undisputed a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help you build your portfolio. Sign up at undisputed.robinhood.com. Now, back to the show.
No mercy.
Magic Johnson made the surprise announcement last night that he is stepping down as president of the Lakers. The team is a complete mess right now, missing the playoffs for the 6th year in a row. Every name from Jerry West to Pat Riley has come up as a possible replacement, and there's a marquee group of free agents this summer, but no guarantee that any of them want to put on the purple and gold to pair up with LeBron. The Athletic's Bill Oram wrote, the league was already buzzing with speculation about which experienced executives would bolt from their current jobs for the chance to restore the Lakers' legacy. So rather than wait for the phones to start ringing, how about placing calls to R.C. Buford in San Antonio, Sam Presti in Oklahoma City, Bob Myers with the Warriors? Everybody, as they say, has a price. Shannon, where do the Lakers go from here?
Well, I think the first thing they're going to have to do, Skip, it's hard for me to see a scenario in which Luke Walton survived 3 organizational changes. Because you've had Jim Buss, you had Magic Johnson. If he stays on, you're going to have someone else. So I think the first thing you do, you're probably going to have to relieve him of his duties. You have basically 8.5, 9 weeks. July 1st starts free agency. You need to have a GM in place, I would think, Skip, in the next, 7 to 10 days, if possible.
Wow.
But here's the thing. A lot of these guys are in the playoffs. R.C. Buford's in the playoffs. Sam Presti, Bob Myers, these guys are in the playoffs.
Yep.
But I think the guy probably that would be best suited for this job would probably be David Griffin, because he has a unique experience. He's worked with LeBron James.
Yep.
And you remember, Skip, he tweeted after his contract wasn't renewed, he says, if no one appreciated you, Griff, I did, and hopefully all the people of Cleveland. Thanks for what you did for the team for 3 years. We got us one, meaning a chip.
Sure.
He understands LeBron. He understands what LeBron needs to be successful.
And he is available.
He is available.
Okay.
And I think that's more realistic, because the question you have to ask yourself, is Bob Myers really going to leave Golden State with Steph and Clay with the possibility of KD returning? And even if KD doesn't return, you still can max out Clay and have Steph and Clay, which was there before KD got there. I don't see R.C. Buford leaving. I don't see Sam Presti leaving OKC. Daryl Morey just signed a new deal with the Rockets.
Yep.
So I know everybody has their price, but there's no price for happiness. I believe these guys are currently happy in their jobs. And to go to restore this and leave those guys, I just don't see that happening. I think David Griffin is the logical choice, but I believe the first step in this, Skip, Luke Walton's going to be relieved of his duty. Let the guy says, okay, you're coming in, you're going to be able to hire your own head coach. General managers really love that, Skip. They like to hire their own guy. I mean, if it's my meal, I should have some say in who prepared it.
So I hear what you're saying about David Griffin, and I would agree with that and co-sign. I'm going to go to the very top. The quickest and greatest fix that Jeannie could pull off if she were magic, so to speak, by snapping her fingers, would be to reacquire Jerry West from the Clippers. He's just the best. And
He's in the consulting role.
I got it, but he had glory years for the Lakers, and Jeannie grew up with Jerry as the GM and the architect of all those great.
You believe he'll come back?
I do not, because if you recall why he left in the first place, he got pushed out the back door because of Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
Phil and Jeannie were obviously getting closer and closer, and Phil was getting more powerful
Stronger
by
and
the
stronger.
day in his role in running the Lakers. And Jerry finally said, I'm out, that's enough. And all he did was go consult in Golden State. And I think he had a big hand in creating that dynasty. Obviously, he went to Memphis, and they did pretty well for a while, but Golden State and then Clippers. And the Clippers are better positioned right now than the Lakers
They are.
You can make that case.
Yeah.
So he might laugh at that notion or phone call because I think I know Jerry well enough to know he would. It's not that he carries a grudge. He's just not going to forget what happened the first time around. And Jeannie was at the heart of all that.
Well, go ahead, go big, and give him $10 million.
Okay, well, maybe, because that would be a quick fix. He would know how to, yes, he would. Well, I don't think he would do it, but he would be a magic answer to this.
I mean, it's okay to apologize. Say, Jerry, we handled this situation wrong.
Okay.
All things being equal, we should have done this and this and
Does
this.
Jerry have Lakers in his heart like
Yes!
Magic does? You better believe it, because he played just like Magic, and he wasn't Magic, but he was pretty great.
Yeah,
man.
and he the logo.
Simply the logo. Yep.
So I mean, you can't get better than that, Skip.
He lost a whole bunch of finals, but at least he was in them, right?
He was
They
in 'em.
did win one. So the point is, now that brings us to Phil Jackson, who's also available.
Skip.
That would be a disaster.
Yes, I'm out.
Just an absolute.
If you mention his
Are
name
you
again,
out?
I'm done with the Lakers.
Okay, all right. So I'm good with that. I'm done with Phil Jackson.
Okay.
There is another former Laker and Laker great, both on and off the court, in Pat Riley. And now that Dwyane is officially done, could it be Pat Riley and Spoelstra come to L.A. to save the Lakers?
But Pat owns a piece of the
He
the
does,
Heat.
and I think
Mickey
he's
Harrison-
entrenched.
Yes,
I do. I think he's become more Miami, even though he's got purple and gold in his heart too. Obviously, he played.
These new kids don't even know Pat Riley coached the Lakers.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. But do I think he's really good at what he does?
He's great at what he does.
Okay, I got you. So that brings me to what I think is the most obvious move, but the wrong move. But this is the one that's on a silver platter right now for Jeannie Buss. It was curious to me and significant that last night Magic, out of nowhere, thanked Linda. I don't know if you caught this. Linda, and I'm thinking, it took me a second to process, and then I thought, oh, Linda. And he said, it's been fun working with Linda also. It's been great working with her. Linda is the wife of Kurt Rambis and one of the closest friends, if not the closest friend, of Jeannie Buss. And that indicated to me that Linda Rambis has been having input into the day-to-day operation of the Los Angeles Lakers. And it was curious to me that it was reported that Kurt Rambis showed up on a team plane going to an away game with the Lakers late in the year, just out of nowhere, and just took a ride with them just to observe. You don't think that would be silver platter? Now, again, it's not going to get you anywhere because you're going right back into what you know, what you're comfortable with, which could be just
you got to get out of your comfort zone.
Okay, all right.
And look, Kurt Rambis has had several opportunities to coach and hadn't been very good. It's hard for me. Now, he might be better in the GM role because he played his role on the basketball court really well. He wasn't a great player, Skip, but he was tenacious. He rebounded. He set good hard picks. He did his job well, so he might be better situated to pick talent.
He was a crucial cog in Showtime.
Yeah.
He brought like some enforcement.
Yeah, he was he was the enforcer.
He was. I don't know if he quite qualifies.
Well, he would know. If you compare him to Charles
That's
Oakley
what I'm saying.
and Xavier McDaniel, no, Rick Mahorn, he wasn't that. But for the Showtime Lakers,
about an alley fight with those guys. I think I'm picking all those guys over Kurt. But again, Kurt would go down swinging, man.
He wasn't Kermit Washington.
No,
how about that?
Okay, all right, okay. Every time you bring it up, I just get shivers.
There are some, but he played. He was tough now, Skip. He mixed. No, Kurt.
Oh.
He would mix it up. I mean, when they snatched him out the sky, the Celtics, he went right back at him. That was Kevin McHale that snatched him out the sky, not Larry Bird.
Kurt Rambis, I know. He has high basketball intellect. It sort of runs counter to the black glasses and the goofy look of it.
Clark Kent.
Like he's got that. He has depth to him.
He's a savant.
He's got savant to him. Could he coach? Well, he had Kevin Love in Minnesota, and I think it didn't really work.
Wasn't he at the Knicks? Did he?
For a little while, So to me, I'm with your bottom line conclusion. To keep everybody happiest, it would be David Griffin, because I'm pretty sure LeBron and Rich Paul would both be pretty comfortable with that.
Yes.
And I think Jeannie would be just uncomfortable enough with a guy she doesn't know that it could be a good thing.
Right.
Where you go new directions, you open your mind to new ways to do business.
Yes.
Okay, so I could see that as a bottom line. But I don't know. Jeannie loves Luke, and I think Jeannie has an affinity for Rob Pelinka. So does David Griffin want to have to work with Rob Pelinka? I don't know. That's like a sticking point to me.
I mean, and for Magic Johnson to say backstabbing and some of the other things, okay, who is high enough up that could backstab Magic?
Right?
There's only one logical conclusion. I mean, you ain't talking about secretaries. You're not talking about some. I mean, it has to be someone that's kind of like on a day-to-day that sees the intricacies.
Unless he's talking about disgruntled former employees contributing to the potential ESPN article. I don't know.
But that's not backstabbing.
No.
You fire somebody, that's not.
Yeah.
But it's the intricacies, because there are a lot of things that's getting out. Oh, he's not here, or he's doing this, or he's doing that. Now, the vacation, Skip, I mean, he posted on Twitter that his family was taking vacations with Samuel L. Jackson and his family and another couple. Okay, that's common now. That's you made that public. But some of the other things about not being there, unless you're there, you wouldn't know he isn't there.
Oh, yeah.
So to put this information out, Magic say, man, ladies, I'm Magic Johnson. Y'all think I need this? I took a pay cut to come here. I'm worth $800 million.
Okay.
Let me go back to my day-to-day grind.
Okay.
I can be Magic. I can say hello to everybody, make everybody feel comfortable, and y'all can't criticize me no more.
Okay, now let's take R.C. Buford. I think he's the best GM in basketball, and he keeps proving that with Derek White. That was the 29th pick. He just keeps picking guys late in the draft, DeJounte Murray, and they keep turning into stars or near stars. Okay, if Jeannie called R.C., I just think he would think to himself, why would I want to inflict that mess on me?
Right.
Because he loves living in San Antonio. His family loves San Antonio. He wants to come to Hollywood and have to deal with LeBron and the drama and all the... No. He would just say, no, I'm good. I'm fine here.
I mean, after 20 years in San Antonio, you want to come at this point of your career in life and move to L.A.? Normally, Skip, you want to, like, ease away from the big lights and the hustle and bustle. You want something calm. I think he's going to stay right there.
Okay, and he's got some rings on his fingers already, so he doesn't need to go win a ring with LeBron in L.A.
He needs no more validation.
Sam Presti has no rings on his fingers, so would he listen to this? Maybe.
No, he loves Russ too much.
Maybe.
And Paul
He does
George.
love Russ.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
So, no, I don't see him going. And Bob Myers, they're going into a new building.
He played didn't he play at UCLA? I think he did. But
But
yeah, come on. Really? He would look down his nose at the Lakers.
Yeah.
Like, why do I need to go do that? Unless he wants the ultimate challenge.
No.
I'm not seeing it. Sorry. Thank you.
So I guess we're in agreement. David Griffin it is.
I think that's the only chip
How
left on
about
the
this?
table.
I got you one. What if we get old Dale Demps?
He's available.
Nah. We would have done that had you given us AD. We might have had a nice little role for you, Dale.
I don't know if I think.
But since you want to act the way you act, now you without a job, and we have an opening, and we're not going to interview you for it. How'd that feel?
Well, I'll tell you what the ultimate solution would be. Just let LeBron be the GM and the head coach.
No.
Yes.
He got enough on his plate.
We got to keep him
Let him
happy.
do it all.
We doing this casting thing. We trying to get guys to play, be in our movie, Space Jams 2.
Failing at
That ain't no
casting.
fake. If they start, the problem is that Giannis talking about, I don't want the drama. Bro, stop it. It's a movie.
He said, I don't like Hollywood, so, okay.
Well, that's why you're not gonna be the face of the NBA, because you don't like Hollywood. You don't like being the face, but that's neither here nor there, Skip.
Okay.
If everybody, look here, you have a role, Skip, if I'm getting cast in a movie, and I know Denzel's in the movie, I don't worry about what Denzel making. Denzel's the lead. He's the A. Why you worried about what Braun got going on?
But you have to go to Hollywood to make the movie.
Yeah.
And if
It's
you
too
just
much.
don't like it.
It's too much.
Okay.
How hard could that be?
It's weird. Hollywood is just not looking too desirable.
They
these days
coming
on
up with all
any
these
level.
excuses. It's a $200 million movie, and Braun get the bigger chunk. So stop worrying about what he making.
Well, Brian Windhorst reported that no star wants to star with LeBron.
No, because they work. Well, how much he making? Don't worry about what he making.
Okay.
Just come in and fill your part. Look, you gonna get kick your little something on the back
It's
end.
funny how stars lined up to be with Michael Jordan.
We had this
lined up.
We had this conversation yesterday because the envy and the jealousy wasn't there for Michael like it is for LeBron.
Wonder why that was.
I don't know why, but it is what it is.
We don't have enough time to get into that right now.
True.
We're going to
I believe-
switch gears a little bit. We're going to take a break from the Lakers for a second.
No mercy.
Dwyane Wade. He played the final home game of his soon-to-be Hall of Fame career last night, and he went out in style. Wade dropped 30 points in Miami's blowout win. He spent 15 of his 16 years in Miami and won 3 titles. Let's take a listen to D. Wade after the game.
I think about the moment that my agent came to the table in New York in 2003 and told me that he was about to pick me at 5. And to play my last game on this floor, man, I'm not crying on the outside right now because I'm so joyous, but this one's gonna take some getting used to.
That was tragic. Let's try it again. Let's do it this way. All right. Wade County, I love you.
That was special. Shannon, how will you remember Wade's career?
He's an all-time great. He's a top 50 player, Skip. He's the 3rd best shooting guard all time behind, obviously, Jordan and Kobe. His greatest moment, Skip, came in that 2006 finals. They were down 0-2.
Yep.
And in the next 4 games, he averaged 39 points a game, averaged about 35 points for the series. He
Averaged
was
about 35 free throws a game.
yeah, they should have stopped fouling him. They had no answer because remember, Skip, in the fourth quarter, they were down with like 5 or 6 minutes to go, about 10 points, and he just like, no, I'm not going. And I think his famous words were, I'm not going out like this.
Correct.
And he took over the game. He's great. Finals MVP, 13-time All-Star, 8 times All-NBA, 3-time All-Defensive Player. But I think what makes D. Wade different and what we're starting to see, Skip, it's great to be good on the court, but when guys start branching, what they do in the community, because what he means to that Miami community, they embraced him from day one. And Dade County became Wade County. And you look at LeBron. LeBron grew even more once he started doing things off the court. And D. Wade has been doing things off the court in Miami. He's had an unbelievable career. His body let him down somewhat, Skip, because he played so hard.
Yep.
Every game, he was diving on the floor for loose balls. The greatest shot blocker for a guard in NBA history. So his place in NBA lore is intact. He had nothing else to prove. He had made peace with the decision. I'm going home. I got a wife now. I got a new baby girl. I got kids that's going to high school. Zaire's son, I think he's 16. Let me go home, be a dad. I've been away long enough. I'm coming home. And the turnout was unbelievable. And guess what? For the first time, the Miami Heat fans showed up early. Because you know they don't normally show up till like 3rd quarter. And then if they lose, they leave right shortly after that, kind of like they did in the finals game. But this was a great moment. I'm glad I got an opportunity to see this young man play. He was special and a very fitting end to a career.
I echo every word you just spoke, and then some. In all my years of watching, covering, talking about the National Basketball Association, I have never seen anything quite like Dwyane Wade. He can't be more than about 6'4", because I've stood next to him, and sometimes I'm not even sure he's 6'4".
Maybe say 3.
Maybe. He had the impact of a 6'9" man.
He did.
And I want to be clear about this. This is a similar syndrome to me as how I feel about Tom Brady. I am not, as you know, a New England Patriots fan, but I've always been a Brady fan. I'm not a Heat fan, but I have always been in awe of this man. Because to me, if his knees had held up after 2006, like Pat Riley says, he was the best player in the league in 2006, and I buy that 1,000%. But remember, while he was at Marquette, he had 2 of those prehistoric knee surgeries. The kind where they cut you.
They fillet you.
Yes, they fillet you. This is not the arthroscopic where they can go in with the little tiny camera and you have this little tiny hole that goes away and you don't even have a scar from arthroscopic.
Correct.
He got cut twice.
And we find out once we get inside what we looking for.
Oh, we found that. and it takes 6 months just to recover from the scar on the outside. Okay, so he never quite recovered from those 2 because they just ate at his what was left of his cartilage was just gone, and he got bone on bone by 07, 08. And it hurt my eyes because, to me, Dwyane Wade's impact on defense as well as offense was Jordan-esque.
Yes.
And you know, as big a Jordan fan, it's hard for me to say that, but it was Jordan-esque.
Yes.
Like you said, nobody as a two-guard could block shots like Dwyane could. He was a rim protector at 6 feet, 3.5 inches tall. Nobody could disrupt on defense any greater than Jordan did. This guy was in the ballpark, right? He was up there. And on offense, as a clutch playmaker, he was kind of in the same breath with Michael Jordan.
And
he was.
And Skip, and the thing was, what hurt the most is that his style was attacking the rim. Where if your knees are bothering you, you can't elevate and attack the rim like you once could.
I agree.
But his biggest contribution, Skip, might have been what? His unselfishness.
Well, I was going to say what he did for LeBron was special.
What he did was not only embrace LeBron in Miami, but he took a back seat.
He did.
He
said, I'm Robin.
I'm good.
That's
okay.
So
very few people have been able to do that. I think he might be the second greatest guy to do that. I think Kareem taking a back seat to Magic. Because when Magic got there, people don't realize this, Kareem had 5 MVPs before Magic set foot in the NBA. In Magic's rookie year, Kareem won the MVP again.
He did.
So he had 6 MVPs, and he said, you know what? He the guy.
But Magic paid nothing but respect to. He called him Captain.
Captain. What you want, Cap? Hey, we run. I know we getting up and down. Get on the block. I'm gonna give you a couple of these things. But for D Wade to do that, Skip, how many times you see a guy? That's what Steph Curry's another one. He turned. Hey, KD, go ahead, bro. Do you?
Okay, but Steph knew I need this.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I think Dwyane Wade, he wanted more championships also. He knew that he could get more championships with LeBron than without. But it says something.
He had to show him how.
Yeah.
And once he showed him how, it didn't work the first time around 2011, but in 2012, it worked.
I think the biggest thing that D Wade did for LeBron was told him to be LeBron James.
Yep.
He said, you're trying to be something that you're not.
Yep.
You're trying to play a role that I'm better suited for. Let me be Robin. You be Batman. You lead this thing. I'll find my place. I'll get my buckets. I'm good. You just go be you. And once he did that, because they're such a good friend, Skip, the last thing you want to do is step on your friend's toes. That's the last thing Bron wanted to do. And it takes some time your friend telling you, bro, no, you good. Do you? I'm going to be all right over here. I'm going to hold this thing down back here. And when you need a blow, I'll be ready to take this thing over. But for his career, it's unbelievable. He's not going to get the career. He's not going to get the credit that he deserves because you know why, Skip? He fell right in the middle of Kobe, and he got drafted the same year as LeBron. So he's never going to.
He just wasn't healthy enough.
Right. And it's kind of like any quarterback.
And you know what? I got to throw this in just to be totally objective. He also fell short of LeBron in this capacity. He never quite learned how to take care of himself the way LeBron did.
Right.
Because he was always just a little bit heavy.
I think at the end he started to, but it was too late. The damage on his knees had already been done.
Yep. I agree. But big picture, my takeaway last night, that was nothing but love. It brought tears to my eyes watching the end of the game.
That tribute was unbelievable. How they would bring the Parkland, the school shooting, brought the jersey to one of the kids that died. And somebody brought their cap and gown and says, I was able to do this because of you. And then his mom explained that the church, and you don't know what this did for a lot of people.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there and I'm watching, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And that's when you realize, and I think that's when D Wade realizes that, you know what? When they say it's bigger than basketball, it really is, because the impact that he had really had nothing to do with the game of basketball. He touched someone's life, and he wasn't dribbling a basketball.
And there was no real diva in him.
No.
There was no condescension like, I'm above you all. It's like, I'm just one of you. As soon as he walked out of that arena, he was just
D Wade,
one of the people.
Yeah, and he like on too. He like on Sharpe.
One of the people?
Yeah, that's what I said. He like on Sharpe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I could have fooled me. I don't
do that, Skip. Don't do that. See, why you be hating?
No, I don't
say anything. When you and Tom, y'all be talking on the phone. And I was
Tom who?
Tom Brady.
I don't talk to Tom.
You don't talk to Tom?
I never talk to
Tom.
But
you
DM with LeBron.
Oh, whoa, that's a Skip.
You checked in on him today?
Hold on, talk about Skip. Why
Is he okay?
Yeah.
Hold on. I tell you things in confidentiality. I
Oh,
said,
you
know
said
what?
it on the air.
I said, you know what? That's gonna be between
Didn't
Skip.
say that in confidence.
That's gonna be between Skip and I.
Yeah.
Not Skip and I and I.
And LeBron.
And everyone?
Yeah.
I want to know how LeBron is feeling this
I
morning.
do.
So if you
Yeah,
could check in on him in the next
You need to
commercial.
do it right now.
We have a lot to get to. Should LeBron be upset with Magic walking away from the Lakers? How does he really feel right now? We'll discuss next.
You got to pull a Magic.
No mercy.
Back to Magic Johnson, and the one guy we haven't heard from yet is LeBron. Here's a video of LeBron walking out of the arena last night, refusing to talk to the media. Arash Markazi of the LA Times said LeBron was on the phone and could be heard saying the word crazy a few times. ESPN also reported that Magic met with LeBron and Rich Paul over the weekend, and Magic gave them no indication he was about to quit. Shannon, where does this leave LeBron?
Exactly where it left him in the beginning. Didn't change anything, Skip. LeBron didn't come to the Lakers for Magic. He came to the Lakers because it was a historic organization, and he wants to restore or help get this team back to its glory days. Guys are not coming to the Lakers for Magic. They were coming to play with LeBron James. Now, Magic can give you a great spiel and like, this is what we do and our practice schedule and we got state-of-the-art training and equipment and staff and all that. All that sounds good. But at the end of the day, who am I on the floor with? Am I on the floor with a thorough gun or hypervolt? No, I'm on the court with that guy, 2-3. So that's what I need to know. Is he there? Yes. And so it's going to be up to LeBron. And I believe LeBron will take even more of an onus now. Because everybody, the Lakers are done. Oh, they're done. They're not going to get anybody. Watch your, there's another Magic.
Done.
There's another Magic, Skip.
He's the real Magic?
Yeah, no. Magic Johnson is the real Magic. But watch this little hocus pocus. Sleight of hand, like you said, sleight of hand. I see you looking over here, but you think the season over with, LeBron go shoot this movie. You don't know, we behind the scene moving pieces. You don't even know.
So he is the new GM.
So he's in.
We moving pieces. We just doing our job, Skip. We scouting. It's like you've been to college. For athletes, the better the talent, the more high profile his host will be. I mean, when Savannah State wanted the guy, who you think they wanted to get to show the guy around and tell him what a good time was?
I think we know
Gonna
you.
be me, but I wasn't doing that. That's what I came to school for. But anyway, that's what LeBron can do. LeBron can do things nobody else can do, Skip. Show you around what LA's really like. Put you in a movie, too.
I have a completely different take on this.
I know you do.
Tell us.
I think LeBron is in even bigger trouble than I thought he was in 24 hours ago. This was an all-time stunner, man.
Yeah.
This was a bombshell. I'm still not quite recovered from it. When I woke up, I was like, did that really happen?
Yeah.
Did he just suddenly, without any warning, just say, hey, I'm stepping down? Like the media's just hanging around for pregame availability in the locker room, and he just says, hey. He starts glad-handing everybody, hugging everybody, and then all of a sudden he just makes an announcement. He said the Laker PR woman was saying, oh, stop, what are you doing? No, I'm doing this. I just woke up this morning and decided I am out. Magic Johnson's out? Well, he's
you like that?
He is synonymous with the Lakers.
He is.
Okay, so it sends a reverberating message from sea to shining sea that the Lakers are a dysfunctional mess at the top. That's what that says. Whether that's true or not, that's the message that will be sent. And it sends the message that this really isn't a great place to be for a second star, a co-star.
They don't say that.
Yeah, it does.
How?
It says it's such a wreck at the top that Jeannie can't seem to find the right fit or stay in control. And all of a sudden, which way are they going to turn? And you got a bunch of kids that Magic was raving about who all know that they were like on the precipice of being traded for Anthony Davis.
And that Warren is
and they're not going to be happy next year. They won't be fully invested because they all kind of want out. They want to start fresh somewhere with a team that really wants them. And LeBron wakes up today and it's like your heaven is more of a hell right now because I don't see the way out of I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel like you do. I told you, Kevin Durant and Kyrie, they would save the world. They would save Laker Nation. But are they going to wake up this morning and say, Magic walked away from this? And it's clear he was not happy. He says, I'm happy. He kept saying, I'm so happy. Well, he's so happy because he's so relieved to be going back to his old life, his great life, as he called his beautiful life. This was not a beautiful life for Magic. And he brought a lot of it on himself because he made one bad move after another.
Correct.
Okay? So it leaves them in a mess and a lurch because I'm not sure any of the great GM candidates are going to want the job. We just went through the whole list. David Griffin, does he move the needle in the NBA? Probably not.
But he moves it enough.
Okay. He moves it for LeBron.
No, he won a title, and he put the great pieces around LeBron in order to get there. But, Skip, there's a saying that says all beautiful endings started out as chaos. And you see what happens here, Skip Bayless? Now look at Golden State where they are. How did that start, Skip? 70-3-9, lose game 7. Chaos. It's a beautiful ending.
I know, but that wasn't that chaotic.
Yeah.
They're
Like
still
this is
really
more
good.
chaotic.
Yeah, like, my God, they just missed the playoffs.
Hold on, Skip.
Okay.
See, you talking about, they missed the playoffs for the 6th straight time. Magic Johnson abruptly ends. It emanates chaos and anarchy at the top, and who wants to get it? That's the beauty of it. Unless you know pain and heartbreak, you never know what
but
happiness
you have to have
is.
potential to come out, to rise
You
out
got
of it.
potential.
Okay, do you?
Yeah, you got
Okay,
2, 3.
Here's what Durant and Kyrie are going to know. They're going to look at the numbers. And when LeBron was healthy this year, quote unquote, I know he had a torn groin, but when he started and played games, he was 28 and 27. That's scary. And there was the anonymous quote we used the other day from The Athletic that is a scout, I believe, who said, the worst thing you can have in this league is an aging player who doesn't know it because you're stuck with it. And again, is LeBron going to be an MVP? You think he's going to be an MVP?
Yeah, sure will. Sure will. But let me ask you a question.
If you're right about that, then they're okay.
Let me ask you a question. As Kyrie and KD sit on their couches in separate locations, which of those guys that LeBron played with that KD think is equal to, better than him, equal to, better than Kyrie? Which one of those guys that LeBron's playing with?
Well,
So do you believe that if they say, you know what, if we're with that team, we're going to be 55 games in, we're going to be 28 and 27? Do you think they believe that?
I don't think they believe that.
Oh, of course not.
But again, are you sure? Do you think LeBron's going to be more of a hindrance than an advantage to have?
You really say that, Skip?
Well, I don't know.
A hindrance?
Okay. Well, is he going to be all that you think he's going to be? Will he bounce back? Will he be able to stay healthy? I don't know. These are all new big questions.
Hold on, Skip. He's not showing you any signs of him slowing down. He hasn't shown you any reason for you to doubt him.
Okay, but every career stat was down. Not the total points, but all the impact stats were all off.
But where are the impact players?
Okay. Well, I don't know. Magic then said last night, the reason we couldn't add shooters is because all the best shooters wanted 3-year contracts and I only had 1-year deals that I wanted to get. That was his rationale.
Okay.
Right.
The way he defended himself.
But we got something. I mean, we got something in the books. We cooking something, Skip. We're in the kitchen right now. We got something brewing. We can't tell you what it is until it's done.
Okay.
Michelangelo didn't tell you what he's doing in the Sistine Chapel, Skip. Did he tell you?
I don't know. I wasn't around.
But I'm just saying, he didn't tell nobody. Ain't nobody know. He just opened the doors and they're, oh, my goodness. So we just going to open the doors and oh, my goodness. How about that?
Well, there's no media for Michelangelo.
Well, don't worry about it. They went there and saw it.
Yeah.
But how long are we cooking up the concoction?
You waiting on, you rush greatness? Ooh, Jenny,
Well,
that's
at
so
some point when it's been
Jenny, that is so unbecoming. I did not see this side of you, Jenny. I'm sorry.
They want results now.
Oh, really, Jenny? Is that where you are right now? You want results right now?
Yes, that's what everyone wants right now.
You know what? There's got to be
Action,
a side of
change.
LeBron that right here, right now, he's talking to Rich Paul and Maverick Carter. They're just kicking around the possibility of, should we ask for a trade right now? I believe that.
But what if,
I believe it.
But what if, because there's a rumor that Jeannie Buss thought about trading LeBron.
Okay.
What if she thought about that and Magic said, are you crazy, Jeannie? Excuse Jeannie. Jeannie, are you crazy?
Yeah. Okay. Well, does he hold that against her?
No.
That was what Rick Bucher wrote, that she at least considered, because she was furious that Rich Paul and LeBron tried to take over the franchise and sort of strong-arm that trade.
How about this?
For AD.
Trade us to wherever KD go and trade us there.
Okay.
That's where we want to go.
Okay. Well, see, you're considering a trade.
That's what they want. They believe that to like as you so eloquently stated, to get out from under this control of Rich Paul and LeBron James, trade us to wherever KD goes. You can get you a couple of draft picks and go ahead and build you something. And like Jenny just said, she want results now. So get Jenny them results. Trade LeBron.
Jenny or Jeannie?
Jenny.
I think we both want results.
Jenny won't result. She don't want to wait anymore.
Well, so does everyone
Miss Microwave
in
over
LA.
here.
You would like to see a little progress, and I saw regress this year.
This seems like a big
Easy
setback.
bake oven Jenny over here.
2 more wins, Shannon, than last year. 2 more wins.
I
That's
can
how we
count.
finished the season.
I understand they had 37, they had 35 last year.
You're okay
I
with
get
that?
No, I'm not okay with that.
Are you okay with 28 and 27 when LeBron played?
What is this, tag team, this WWE?
I don't know. I got to stop. Sorry. Right down the middle. Sorry.
Really, Skip?
Now you know how I feel every day.
I heard you whisper something to Jenny before we
didn't
after.
whisper.
I see what it
don't
was.
whisper
Really,
anything.
Jenny?
I
Really?
like LeBron. I just feel
I
like
can't
everyone
tell.
wants better, and now I fear that it's going to get worse again
Yep.
before it gets better, and that's the part that's scary.
I like LeBron.
You're making fun of my hands now? Look, Magic may regret, I hope he doesn't regret how he made this announcement, because I think the criticism is was such a factor for him. And I fear that he may regret this announcement, how it went down, not telling the team before. It's a little
This thing will
messy.
get spoofed. I can see Keenan Thompson doing this on Saturday Night Live. They're gonna spoof Magic.
They will.
They gonna
That's probably
get
too
mad. They gonna
In
get
fact,
Magic.
that's exactly who will do it. That is correct, and I can't wait.
He gonna get Magic.
Yeah, he
We
will get it.
You
are
should have done that,
going
Magic.
to dig deeper into why exactly Magic decided to step down. But guys, Chris Broussard is here, so
Good.
let's get his
Here we
take
go.
on everything. Stop! I'm gonna put my hands behind my back for the rest of the show. We'll answer that question next.
No mercy.
And back to the biggest story in the NBA. In a shocking move last night, Magic Johnson stepped down as the Lakers' president of basketball operations. Magic was in the job for 2 years and failed to make the playoffs. He made his announcement before the Lakers game, the final game of the season, and he didn't even tell team owner Jeannie Buss before he addressed the media. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
I want to go back having fun. I want to go back being who I was before taking on this job. I'm a free bird, and I've been handcuffed, and I don't like that. What I didn't like is the backstabbing and the whispering. I don't like that. You know, I don't like a lot of things that went on that didn't have to go on. It's hard when you love an organization the way I love this organization. It's hard when you love a person like I love Jeannie. And I don't want to disappoint her. I don't want to, we love Lou, So I got to make a decision, right? And that's a tough thing. But I'm good with where I am. I'm happy. I want to do the things I used to do. So I had to weigh both situations, and so this is better for me.
And guys, just a few minutes ago, Magic tweeted this. Thank you to Lakers owner Jeannie Buss, general manager Rob Pelinka, coach Luke Walton, the Lakers players, and the entire basketball operations staff for the tremendous opportunity to serve as the president of basketball operations for the Lakers. I will always be a Laker for life. That tweet just coming out a couple of minutes ago. We are joined by FS1 NBA analyst Chris Broussard. Chris, good we have you with us. So, it is heavy. There are a lot of layers, but how do you explain Magic's decision?
Well, the first thing I think is Magic realized, and may have realized from the get-go, that this job was not for him. Okay? As president of basketball operations, you have to be in the office. You have to be on the phones, talking to agents, talking to other executives around the league. You have to be in dingy gymnasiums in Europe, scouting players. You have to be in dingy college gymnasiums, all these tournaments for college basketball. You have to be doing all of that tedious minutia that I don't think Magic wanted to do. And with his persona and his other businesses, let's just keep it real. He's bigger than that. He's too big for that. Magic should be an owner, a face of a franchise with other guys doing it under him. So now, he realized that, I think, number one. The second part of that is, it's one thing to know that and go along with it and nobody's criticizing you and it's just kind of going, you're Magic, everybody loves you. He was getting crushed for it. Like, he was getting a lot of scrutiny, a lot of criticism. So to be in a job you really don't want to do,
right,
and to be getting killed for it in your city, in your franchise, and then people in your franchise talking behind your back, saying this and that, I think all of that got to him. So I think that's legit. But there's two big elephants in the room. The first I'm going to address with Jeannie Buss. And I know, look, Magic said she gave him, he clearly made it, point that he was going to fire Luke. Okay? Without actually saying it that directly, it was clear. He said Jeannie was going to give him the power to make the decision. Other reports said that as well. But I wonder, they met for 3 hours the day before. Sure. It makes you wonder, did he say, I'm going to fire him? And she was like, no, you're not. Or was she just so distraught that it bothered him? Something happened with them, I got to believe.
She was not on board with
Right, she was not. What Magic did yesterday was wrong. To not tell her, right? To tell the media, that's what makes me think something happened, an argument, I don't know.
Something.
Come on.
Maybe Pelinka was part of this also. Maybe he wanted Pelinka out.
Right, okay. That's fair too. I mean, but something had to happen for him to do it the way he did it. The other elephant in the room is this ESPN article that Magic alluded to, that the LA Times alluded to. There has been talk for months, that an article ESPN is working on is coming out about Magic's treatment of people in the organization.
Mistreatment.
Yeah. I heard about it, I can't remember if it was late November or early December. I was told it was coming out within weeks of that time. I came to the conclusion before yesterday, the Lakers and the league got ESPN not to do the article.
Wow.
Because the league is partners with ESPN.
Yeah, absolutely.
So ESPN doesn't have to do it, but I felt like the league had talked them out of it. This is one of our big ambassadors.
Wow.
I mean, who's bigger than Magic Johnson in the NBA? Now, I don't know if the article's coming out.
Quick point of order. He acknowledged it to the LA Times last night. He knew all about it. He said, I know that article is not an accurate article. So he's reinforcing the validity of it's out there, it's coming.
And is it coming? Now, when I was first told about it, I was told it's a situation where Magic might have to step down.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
So we'll see if the article comes out or not. But that's the elephant in the room.
Yep.
Not no sexual allegation, just the treatment.
I don't know any of those details, but
this is all about just mistreatment of employees, and he's dismissing them as former disgruntled employees that he fired.
Right. I mean, look, I've been around Magic a lot. I worked with him at ESPN closely on the show. I've never seen anything like that with Magic. Not even mistreatment. Every time I've been around Magic, he's just been great. He's been great. I have nothing negative to say about him.
Which is why he told the LA Times, ESPN should interview people at ESPN because I worked there twice.
True,
Okay?
Well, that was the thing you and I talked about. I met Magic for the first time back in the mid-'90s, and the very first time that I met him, he made me feel like I've known him for 25 years. Like when he came here last year at the beginning of the season, Skip and sat on the desk. But go ahead, Skip.
And Magic went on to say, am I a tough boss? You better believe. Am I demanding? You better believe I'm demanding. But mistreatment is going over the edge and out of bounds, and I have no idea, but I think this is a reason that he stepped down. But to reinforce your point, if he did not inform two people, Jeannie Buss and LeBron James, that he was going to do this, something is really wrong with this picture. He was not happy with the way things are going. And I agree with every point you just made, and Shannon and I talked about it earlier. He finally just woke up and said, I'm better than all of this. He was getting crushed, rightfully so, accurately so, for so many of the moves that he just swung and missed on. He had Lou Williams to start with, and he let him go. And then Julius Randle and D'Angelo Russell and Brooke Lopez, and we can just get Zubats, and we can just go on and on and on. And I don't want to pile on Magic, but it was not going in the right direction. I also think he's seeing the handwriting on the wall next year. It's just not working. Like, he's not convinced of what he was saying because he just went on and on last night about we're one superstar piece away from contending for a championship. Well, if he really believed that heart and soul, he's not walking away from this. And so
I believe he could land that one missing piece.
Well,
that's a huge piece. It's not a role player.
No, he said we need a couple of role players, but we need that one big piece. But he said that's how close we are. And he's raving about these kids. You know, all Kuzma and B.I. and Lonzo and Josh Hart. He just went on. He capsuled each one of them, what their strengths are. Well, if you love them that much, you're not walking away.
Right.
And if you want to go mentor Ben Simmons or congratulate Russ for his third straight triple-double via Twitter, well, then why wouldn't you want to work with these kids? You have them right on the precipice of all being good to great, right? Right. Okay, why would you walk away? Because behind the scenes, he did not like what was happening. He wanted Luke gone, and she resisted.
It's simply
she
that
resisted.
You don't think she forbid him to do it?
I don't know. It could be because they had a big 3-hour meeting, and something did not come out right in that meeting. And remember, he also reportedly had Magic did a 3-hour meeting on Saturday with LeBron and Rich Paul, and Pelinka was sitting in that one.
And they got no indication.
They got no indication, but I'm going to guess that Magic just decided, I don't like what I'm hearing from LeBron. I believe Magic woke up one day and said, you know what? I'm not the most powerful man in this franchise. He is. LeBron is, because he just is. And I think that LeBron always says, I knew exactly what I was getting into when I came here. I don't think Magic knew what he was getting into with all of the above. And so for him not to tell Jeannie and not to tell LeBron, he was angry about something. He just wanted out. This was a knee-jerk, flashpoint decision. He woke up yesterday and said, you know what? I'm just going to go announce it. So he walks into Staples Center, and the media is just milling, waiting for player availability, and he just waves them all over and says, hey, guess what? I'm stepping down. well, he says, I'm happy, but he was relieved happy. The big picture is...
Happy it's over.
He's happy it's over. He's angry about all of the above. And in the end, it's just like what happened when he tried to coach. It mirrors exactly what happened. They started out with a bang. This is the end of the 93-94, so it's in 1994. And he's coaching some of his former teammates, James Worthy and Kurt Rambis and Michael Cooper. And they start out, they win 5 out of 6. Oh, I'm a superstar coach too. And then all of a sudden, they start to lose, and they lose 10 in a row. They lose 10 straight games. And by the end of the year, he says, you know what? This isn't for me. I'm out because they're not as committed as I was as a player. They got this early cell phones, but they're what they used to call the beep to the
beepers. Pagers.
Yeah, pagers. Yeah, they started going off in the meetings. It's like, I didn't have a pager, right? So he was angry about that, and I'm sure he's still looking at these kid players today. They don't get it. They don't get it. So the handwriting on the locker room wall is, we're going nowhere slowly next year. It's not going to be any better than it was this year. I'm out. I'm Magic Johnson, and I'm not going to associate with this.
And it's a lot of landing of free agency is good luck, because when you look at it, with the exception of Shaq, the Lakers haven't landed any big-time free agents.
No, you're right.
With the exception of Shaq, and that was in 1996.
Yep.
So this notion that free agents line up to go to the Lakers is not true. Right. They got Shaq, and LeBron moved in.
Yep.
They didn't get him.
Kareem demanded a trade.
Right. So this notion that, free agents just line up. And Skip, I think a lot of it's good fortune. KD knocked on Golden State's door. Chris Paul says, I want to trade me to Houston, and I'm staying. So this notion that, these big guys just move all over the place, no. And that's what a lot of these deals, you can't be tampering. What's going to transpire July 1st is being talked about right now.
Right.
This ain't going to be, there ain't nobody moving, no needles, and nobody's making up their mind June 30th.
Yep.
They're making up their minds now. They're thinking about what they're doing.
Oh, you're
and Magic needed to be, like I said, Jeannie hired Magic to do what Magic hired people to do in his company. Y'all oversee the day-to-day operation and let me do what I want to do. Well, Magic was doing what he wanted to do, what Jeannie hired him to do. You're supposed to be there, as you said, Chris, in the gymnasium. The grunt work. Man, I worked $800 million.
Right.
I'm in a smelly gym.
You don't think about that part of the job.
Right.
It's a lot that
goes. It's not a glamorous job.
No. And then you're Magic Johnson. It's not easy to pick talent because, like he said, the average guy, what made you different was your dedication. Do you think that you're going to have 13, 14 guys as dedicated as you? You wouldn't lose a game, Magic. Come on. But it's unrealistic. And he can be Magic now. He can be fun-loving. He can tweet at who he wants. He can congratulate. He can work with Ben Simmons in the offseason if he like, without it being viewed as tampering.
Right.
I don't know if he was ever cut out for his job. This job. Maybe this was Jeannie, like, we got to do something. We've been losing really bad the last 2 years. My brother is like really wrecked this. So let's get, okay, what name can we get to try to restore some of this Laker pride? Magic Johnson.
Okay, last quick point. Stephen A. reported back in February, and I don't know where it came from, but he said that Magic wanted De'Aaron Fox, not Lonzo Ball, that Jeannie was the one who picked Lonzo. And then The Athletic reported that Jeannie was furious over that because she said it was not true. Right. So Fake it's news. Magic revising history potentially. I don't know if he told Stephen A. or somebody told Stephen A. secondhand, but the point is she was furious over, oh, now you're trying to say don't blame me for Lonzo Ball when you were the one who wanted to take him. What did he do at the intro press conference? He said his jersey's going to hang in the rafters. Well, he wouldn't have said that if he wanted De'Aaron Fox. I don't think.
That's a good point.
So my point is, when they had their 3-hour session the day before, I will bet you Jeannie has put Magic a little bit on the hot seat. Like, that's unacceptable, and that's going to change next year. And he said, yeah, it's going to change because I'm out.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And look, I got to give Jeannie Buss credit for showing a lot of backbone. If she indeed stood up to Magic Johnson, if she has indeed stood up to LeBron James, then I got to give her some credit for having some backbone. I do think they need to revamp. They're run like a mom and pop shop. But if she did all this stuff, then she's got some heart.
And you're like, yeah, Magic, what are them free agents that you promised me?
Well, and Skip, at the beginning of the show, you
got one.
Wrote a list of all the issues we've seen. Not getting AD to the Lakers this season, definitely on that list. So we're going to transition to Anthony Davis. Has he mishandled his situation in New Orleans? We'll discuss what he did next.
No mercy.
So Anthony Davis arrived at the arena last night wearing a shirt that said, "That's all, folks." Davis has had 1 foot. Would you like to do that again? 1 foot out the New Orleans door for a long time after requesting a trade earlier this season. This morning, AD said the shirt was not an intentional shot at the team. After the game last night, Pelicans coach Alvin Gentry said the whole situation has been toxic, and he added, quote, "I think he's a great kid. I think he got some bad advice." We are joined once again by Chris Broussard. Chris, do you agree that this was some bad advice for AD?
No, I do not.
You know, he said it wasn't an intentional shot. It was a shot. It just wasn't intentional.
I'm sorry, but you look at what you put on.
No. I mean, he gonna be a Space Jam.
That's the only shirt he had. Come on.
He gonna be a Space Jam. He's reprising a role.
Wait a second. The New Orleans media, he told this morning that shirt was just hanging for him when he went to get dressed, and it had to be at home from his stylist, I guess.
Yeah, his stylist.
I don't know. But wait, you have to choose to put it on and walk out of the house and go to the arena.
I don't even be paying no attention. I just wake up in the morning, I just put this on like, I didn't know what he was going to say. But that's all.
But he said Looney Tunes was my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who didn't love Looney Tunes?
I mean, he's so young. Looney Tunes was on.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point.
Marvin the Martian.
Yeah.
And Park.
Marvin and Martian.
Yeah, everybody love Looney.
All right.
Bad advice?
Here we go, Jen. No, I don't think he's getting bad advice. No. Alvin Gentry thinks he's being nice to AD and saying he's a great kid, he's a solid kid, he's got great character. He's just getting bad advice. He's trying to put it all on, let's face it, Rich Paul, his agent. But in reality, that's patronizing to AD. That's saying you're a little boy, you're a kid, you're a robot, you're a puppet being led around by Rich Paul. But here's the facts. We all have agents.
Yes.
We choose our agents for a reason, what they can do for us, how much money they can get us with. With AD, obviously, money's not the issue. So why? He chose Rich Paul last year.
To get up out of there.
Wasn't for money. He knew he's associated with LeBron. He wanted to get out of there. And if it had been up to his advisors, they would have had him request the trade at the beginning of the season.
Publicly.
At the beginning of the season. AD said, no, we're coming off a second-round playoff berth. Let's see what type of season we can have. And when it was going south, I think they were like 22-27 or something when he requested the trade. AD saw, look, it's a bad season. We're probably not going to even make the playoffs. We can't win here. All right, let's go ahead and request the trade. So my thing is, this is Anthony Davis directing his agent on what he wants to do, just like we do with our agents. And furthermore, I'll throw this out. Why, when Dwight Howard ruined a season and really a franchise in Orlando by demanding a trade,
and then said, no,
was his agent, Dan Fagan, blamed? No, Dwight was blamed. When Chris Paul and Carmelo Anthony demanded trades, ruined seasons. Melo ruined that whole Denver season. That was a good team, too, to go to New York. Was their agent Leon Rose blamed? No, it was Melo and Chris Paul. So why now is it all on the agent?
Because the association of Rich Paul and who he's associated with.
Well,
Remember, it comes back.
Yeah.
This thing, levels, like Skip like says, this is so many levels, I'm going to just try to peel them away here. But when we get right down to it, it's like 75 layers. At the bottom of the layer is LeBron James. That's what this is about.
Are you acknowledging that?
No, that's what y'all do.
What the criticism.
Yes. So now all of a sudden, Rich Paul is going to tell Anthony Davis made it abundantly clear. Money is not the issue. He said, I'm a legacy player. The man is leaving, walking away from $60, $70 million by not re-signing with New Orleans. He says, I want to be a legacy player, meaning I want to be thought of when I'm gone.
Yep.
You remember who AD was. I want to be able to go to and compete for titles consistently.
Okay.
And I can't have that in New Orleans. But now, what we talked about this, Skip, the moment that he signed with Rich Paul, I said, oh, he want to get up out of there.
Right.
Everybody, because why you need, first of all, he doesn't need an agent. He's already been All-NBA. He's already been an All-Star. So he's a max player. As a matter of fact, he's a super max. So 5 years, $250. Guaranteed, boom.
Right.
What I need an
Everybody
agent?
knows it.
Why am I going to give an agent 5% to do that? So in other words, what he needed an agent to do to help him facilitate his exit. And that's what he was trying to do. And Dale Demps, you know, he want to buck the system, kept leaking information. Give me 4 first rounders. Give me 4 second rounders. And I want all those players. Well, Dale, how we going to, that's not my problem. Now, look.
Now it's my turn.
Yes.
Anthony Davis got bad advice, and he swallowed it hook, line, and sinker because he should have. And I sat right here and I said, there's only one way out of New Orleans. You're going to have to listen to Rich Paul and in turn to LeBron. You're going to have to turn yourself into a villain to get out. You're going to have to demand a trade, which he finally did upon the advice of Rich Paul. And I seconded that emotion. I signed off on it because I said, it's going to work. And you shot me down and said, they're not going to be able to pull this off. And I said, LeBron and Rich Paul, they're like in tandem. That's the strongest force among players in the NBA. And I thought, if they flex their muscle, if they exercise their clout, they're going to pull this off. And I just kept saying, it's going to happen at the trade deadline. AD is going to be in LA with LeBron as he wanted, but he had to play the game the way the strategy was laid out for him from Rich Paul. And a good kid, a great kid that had no tarnish to him whatsoever, had to turn himself into a bad guy in New Orleans. Am I right? That's why it hit
there was
bottom.
No other way.
It hit bottom last night. This great kid wore a shirt that said, that's all, folks. Like it's in your face, New Orleans.
That was 4 days after the bird flip.
Okay, he flipped the bird at some guy who's giving him the business. God knows what he's yelling at him. But again, it came to that because I thought it would work. But it's bad advice because it did not work.
So you think it would have been good advice had it worked?
Yes, because he would have gotten exactly what he wanted to L.A. with LeBron.
But there was really the problem for AD is he's not a free agent until 2020.
Okay.
I mean, heck, that's the problem with wearing that shirt. They could keep you next year. If they really want to be spiteful, they could keep you next year.
And he acknowleded that to the New Orleans media today. I could be a Pelican
and then I'm going to wear a shirt. I'm going to wear another T-shirt every day until I'm up out of here.
Okay.
Because you know what happened? You didn't look at AD.
Beautiful.
When he
Just great.
He tried to
He was such a happy kid.
He tried to handle it. He tried to handle it professionally.
He did, and that's what.
But then they went and said, AD, go sit your nice butt down. We ain't trade you nowhere. Then he had to come back and make it public.
You know what? I still can't believe it didn't happen. Dell Demps lost his job somehow over all this.
And he could have had these picks.
He could have had picks.
I still don't think they should have done it at that time.
Who should have?
New Orleans, yeah. Because this summer, look, if Kyrie Irving leaves Boston,
Why are you going to Boston if Kyrie leaves?
Why are you offering Jason Tatum if you're Boston if Kyrie leaves? When AD told you, I'm not
pointed
staying.
out, Jason Tatum hasn't exactly been that Jason Tatum
right,
last year.
But I'm not giving up any of my young guys for AD for 1 year. Because AD is telling you, I'm not staying if Kyrie's not
I'm
there.
with what Magic was espousing last night, which is, if you watched at their best moments this year, Kuzma and B.I. and Lonzo, that they showed extraordinary potential, all three. And Josh Hart as a kind of a secondary role player, but he has got guts and toughness.
But the thing, Skip,
if you get all four of those, and at one point Zubas was in the deal, right?
Here's the thing with those guys, Skip. It's all about consistency.
Okay.
We just didn't see enough of that. We still don't know what.
Just kids. But if you gave them Zubac, you could have like a starting lineup. You could start over.
Well, first of all, LeBron James said, I got kids of my own that I'm raising. Okay. I ain't got time to be raising no kid basketball players. My mortality is ticking away, Skip Bayless.
Not at age 42.
You just see, there you go. See,
no, he's only 41.
No, you know how old he is. He's 34. A spry 34 too.
Really? He's in his 17th season now.
And what's
you realize the calendar just turned.
And what's your point?
He's in year 17.
Hey, Tom Brady's in year 20. I know there's a point in there somewhere. Where is it at?
And what's your point?
Exactly.
What's your point?
Exactly.
I think Tom Brady's getting younger.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, what you call me to go see that doctor, O'Brien.
Yeah. I feel sorry for Anthony Davis.
Why you feel sorry for him?
I was just going to say that.
I mean,
he's going to be in a new place this summer. He's going to get traded this summer.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the Lakers have a shot. A shot.
But,
because, again, Boston's not going to give you anything big. Will the team give up the #1 pick?
And you know what?
Maybe.
Zion?
We going to get it. And now we're going to play hardball. We ain't give you nothing. You're not getting Zion. We're going to hold this ball. We're going to hold it. Give us AD and True Holiday.
Who is we now?
The Lakers. We're going to get that ping pong ball that says Zion Williamson.
Really?
And I know everybody going to start hating, talking about it's conspiracy theory.
By the way, we're talking about, was it the Athletic poll?
Yeah.
Drew Holiday he got most underrated player. He voted #1.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would stay healthy.
You want him? That's well said.
Yeah.
But you want him and AD? Really?
That'd be nice.
For Zion?
Yeah.
Got to say it to make it happen, right?
Zion. And then we going to trade. Then we go trade some of these other pieces, get some shooters. It's good night, Irene, folks.
Well, AD gets a different style.
And did I come out here wearing that shirt that AD had on?
You are not wearing that shirt.
Are you
going to wear the man bag too, or are you going to skip?
Oh, yeah, I got one of them too.
That's all, folks?
Yeah.
Not in style.
Yes, they are, Jenny.
You should get that T-shirt. That would be fun.
Okay. No more fashion for now. Chris, you're going to come back later in the show. Appreciate you being here. We're going to get a little football in today.
Yep.
Is Russell Wilson on his way out of Seattle?
What?
We'll discuss next.
No mercy.
Will Russell Wilson be on his way out of Seattle? Wilson has 1 year left on his current deal and reportedly demanded a new deal by Monday. Former NFL head coach Jack Del Rio told NFL Network yesterday, quote, "Don't be surprised if before it's all said and done, when we line up for the season next year, if Russell Wilson isn't quarterbacking somewhere else." Shannon, could you see this happening?
Well, normally when a guy the only person I know get your April 15th deadline, Skip, is the IRS. And as long as you got that check post-dated April 15th, you good.
Are you good?
So Russell says, y'all ain't got no check.
Did you get yours done?
Yeah, I'm done.
No funny business.
Nah, because, they give you that interest.
They don't play.
That interest when they hold your money, they don't give you nearly the interest that you have to pay them for holding their money. I'm just saying. Russell said, if y'all don't have me a check, Skip, for like $75 million at the time of signing, with $100 million fully guaranteed, y'all need to miss me. Skip, we haven't seen a quarterback get into his prime as accomplished as Russ going into the last year of his deal and the team not have extended him at this point. It goes to show you, Skip, that maybe they don't view him as a $30 million quarterback. If you watch the game plan and how they played Dallas, nobody threw the ball as few as Russ had the numbers that he had because they had the #1 rush attack in football. And you look at that game, it seems like they went into the game like we're going to rely on our football, not realizing Russell Wilson is a 3 or 4 time Pro Bowl quarterback.
Which game are you referring to?
The Cowboy game.
Thank you. You said that game, and nobody knows what you're talking about.
You know what game I was talking about.
Yeah, the game. Who won that game, by the way? Was that a playoff game? It was a playoff game. Dallas won a playoff game.
To put this in a nice bow, maybe they don't view Russ like we view Russ. The game plan against the Cowboys in the wild card game, they didn't let him throw the ball until late. Shows that well, we're going to try to win this game this way, but for Russ to be 30 years old and to have accomplished what he's accomplished, to be in the last year of his contract, this is not a very good situation.
So, I know Jack Del Rio because I actually covered Jack Del Rio as a player when he played for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. They were
I played against him against the Vikes.
They were kind of the expansion Dallas Cowboys at that point. Jimmy Johnson just had taken over. But I have nothing but high regard for that man. I also think he's a good head football coach. He did very well. I know he's been up and down, but he's generally been up. I don't know who his source is on this. I don't know if he knows assistant coaches in Seattle who are whispering this thing's going nowhere, like it's going to blow up.
USC ties. Maybe Pete Carroll whispered something in his ear.
Maybe Pete Carroll. It could be. That's a good point. Whatever. I don't think he would be this bold if he didn't have something to hang his hat on.
Correct.
And yet, here's my takeaway from afar when I heard this last night. I thought there is no way Russell Wilson is going anywhere but Seattle.
Right.
That he's made for Seattle. It's made for him. They love him. It's a place where he's going to finish his career. I cannot fathom them. I assume we're talking about trading Russell Wilson?
Yeah. He married now.
Huh?
Sierra, the word is Sierra ain't really that fond of Seattle.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that.
Hey.
Well, I don't follow the pop culture quite like you do. Do you trust what you're reading about that?
see.
Which magazine did you read
I mean, Skip, it's hard to build up, I mean, the Seattle scene was started with that grunge, and that's them kind of fell by the wayside. Sierra, she need to be in New York.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, is that what you're espousing? Are you
I'm just
campaigning
saying,
for that?
That seems like a logical solution to me.
Okay.
He could step right in and get this thing going.
How many cases of dew would you like to bet on against? I'll bet against that he'll be in New York.
You don't want that to happen because there goes all of your division titles. Goes down the drain.
That quickly, that change would.
All your dreams and hopes
Huh?
Not
went
sure.
down the drain. Teddy.
You mean
KGB.
Seattle?
Yeah. No. If Russell got traded to the Giants,
for me.
Yes, all your hopes and dreams down the drain.
We just beat him in a playoff game. What are you talking about?
With Saquon, you ain't beat him with Saquon. He ain't had Saquon.
I'm not afraid.
You better be afraid of Saquon.
Saquon
the best back in the NFC East.
I've told you repeatedly about Russell Wilson. He's very good, but he's not great.
Okay,
I have him at the bottom, bottom of my top 10, like I have him 8th or 9th.
Okay, where is Dak?
Okay.
Where is Dak?
He's still a baby.
And I don't know about no baby.
He's arriving.
Don't worry about
He
it.
arrives
And Jared Goff put him over his knee and burped him.
Well, speaking of Jared Goff, I don't think of Jared Goff.
I don't think he's that mature either.
Yes.
Okay, so Seattle, the brass has to look at, we have to deal with the Rams now with Jared Goff.
Yep.
And we have to deal with the 49ers if Jimmy G comes back strong.
Correct.
And they're on the rise. And Kyler Murray in Arizona. Okay?
Oh, he's a baby.
Okay.
He's an infant. He ain't even no baby.
He won't play like a baby.
Yes, he will.
Yeah, you watch.
Yes, he will.
You watch.
You want to put some dew on that?
Well, what kind of do?
They gonna finish dead last.
All right. You want? How about Rookie of the Year?
I mean, it's set up for the quarterback.
Well, then what are you talking about?
I mean, what? No,
I'll take 2 cases right now. He'll be the Rookie of the Year. That's a bold prediction on my part. Yeah. No, you won't take it?
No, I'll give me
Set up.
They finish last.
Set up.
They don't win 6 games.
I don't even know what else they
How
have.
many games they gonna win?
They have a lousy offensive line. How's he going to be protected?
Oh,
he doesn't need protection.
He don't need protection. That's what I'm saying. Oh, did you see him in Arizona? I mean, not in Oklahoma. Oh, he had the greatest season ever. He can run it. He can throw it. Yada yada yada. Okay, we're gonna put that to the test.
Yeah. And what did I keep telling you about who was going to win the Heisman? He said, "No, it's Tua." And what happened? You lost more cases.
But Tua said, "Hey, I beat the Heisman Trophy winner. I put Fuss in the Heisman Trophy winner."
Okay. So Seattle is sitting back saying, well, wait a second. We had the #1 rushing attack in pro football last year. We still had a decent defense. It's more middle of the pack. It's not the Legion of Boom, but we have one of the better defensive coordinators in Pete Carroll.
And you got one of the best middle linebackers.
Okay. So they're saying we got that. So we can't break the bank for Russell Wilson. We can't pay him the most money, but he's got to take some hometown
I ain't
discount
taking home
to stay
nothing.
in Seattle.
I was a 3rd-round pick, and you paid me 3rd-round money.
Yep.
And I took less money the second time around to keep everybody happy.
Okay.
Because the Legion of Boom was still intact when I took the last deal.
Okay.
Now, Legion Boom gone.
Okay.
I'm finna hit you over the head.
All right. Where do you think he will be starting next year?
Not in Seattle.
Seriously?
Yeah, I believe he gone. He gave him a.
But before next season, you think he's
No,
gone?
not before next season. But here's my thing, Skip. When was the last time you heard a franchise quarterback give a deadline?
Well, he did it the first time around when they did their last
And
deal
it came
3 years ago.
So he said, y'all did, hey.
Okay.
And I keep having the issue. Why do I, he's like,
He's just trying to get it finished before camp starts.
He probably sitting around with Sierra. He like, see, why I got to keep doing this to them? Why I got to keep issuing these deadlines? Don't they know who I am and what I am? I tell you what, I'm going to put some pressure on them for real, though. Hey, get me up out of here.
Well,
how about that?
How about he's going to be a Seahawk till he's over, till it's finished?
It's
Seahawk for life.
Skip, it's so far. I mean, they fly private, but it's so far from Seattle to go anywhere. You're more centralized. You're more centralized unless you go into Russia. No, you be in New York.
Anchorage.
Right, exactly. Unless you in New York, just think about how central you are in New York. Hop, skip, and jump everywhere.
New
Europe
York is central?
Europe.
New York is okay.
Europe.
That makes no sense. But the flying private thing, they can fly anywhere. If
No.
you're flying private, you're good.
I mean, come on, Seattle, really? How you get people? Oh, we gonna have a great time. Come to Seattle, really?
The season
Boy,
isn't year-round.
I guess we're not taking this show to Seattle anytime soon.
I love Seattle.
Yeah, when they get a new team. When they get a basketball team, we up there.
Okay.
We
got a hockey team coming too. That's just sorry. Side note: who should the Lakers hire as their next president? We will discuss that next.
No mercy.
So Magic Johnson is done as the Lakers president, and the question now is what's next? Bill Orm of The Athletic wrote that Jeannie Buss needs to reach out to people like Jerry West, Pat Riley, Spurs GM R.C. Buford, or Thunder GM Sam Presti to fill Magic's shoes. Chris Broussard back with us. Chris, where does Jeannie Buss go from here?
First thing I do is I walk across the hallway.
I agree.
And I sit down with Mr. Jerry West.
Yep.
And look, Jerry West is 80. Now, he's the best.
He is.
He is in the best shape of any 80-year-old I have ever seen, okay? If he's up to it, if he's up to being a president more so than a consultant and, not having all those responsibilities, I don't even have to look at anybody else. I would just hire Jerry West.
Think he'd do it?
He got a good deal with the Clippers, and he's got an owner who will pay him.
Steve Ballmer got a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
And remember, Jerry got pushed out the back door because of Jeannie's relationship with Phil Jackson, who was gaining more and more power and authority within the confines of the organization. Jerry did not like that, and so he walked away. They sort of agreed to disagree on it. Would he forgive and forget?
I will say this. I think that when Magic was hired, I think Jerry West would have went back. I don't think Magic wanted Jerry West because who would have got the credit for turning him around? Jerry West.
Well, Magic, you get the blame because this is in shambles. You got to take the blame.
So that shows maybe he would go back.
Wow.
Look, it'd be a lot more. I mean, he's obviously doing stuff for the Clippers, but it's not the hands-on it's not the president.
He's the big picture
Right,
overseer.
right.
But does he not have the Clippers better position than the Lakers
No
are
question.
right now? He
No
just
question.
does. So would he say, "Oh, I'm good with this"? I don't think so.
You don't think he'd take it?
I don't think he would take it.
No,
I don't think Steve Ballmer would let him take it because
I don't know what
he would pay him even more.
Has.
Now, I would also, if I can't get Jerry West, I would look at Pat Riley.
So would I.
Miami's obviously a great situation for him. He's got some ownership stakes, but he's got the big house in Malibu. Look, what better way
He
to...
does. That's a good point.
Yeah,
He does.
I mean, he's out. What better way to wrap up your career than to do it with the Lakers, who you played for? You obviously were this awesome coach with them.
Right.
And you get back with LeBron.
Just as Dwyane walks into the sunset, you walk into the sunset.
Because Miami's going nowhere.
Yep.
The Heat are just
No
stuck.
time soon.
Stuck in mediocrity.
Okay. Good point.
Go ahead.
I got some. Go ahead.
Keep going.
Well, those are the two big names.
Okay.
Then, of course, David Griffin. Who it could be? It could be David Griffin and Ty Lue back with the Lakers.
Get the band back together.
Right,
We got the band back
LeBron,
together.
Right? Masai Ujiri. I would look at him in Toronto. Because here's the
Okay.
thing with Masai. If they lose Kawhi, there's a ceiling to what you can accomplish in Toronto.
They got a lot of young, nice players.
But right. If they lose Kawhi, they're not winning a championship.
Okay.
Probably ever. Now, he's from Nigeria, Masai, so maybe the international thing, being in Toronto isn't as big a deal as to him as not being in America, but to win championships, I think he's going to have to leave Toronto. He's got them right there, but if Kawhi's out,
you done.
There's a ceiling because you're not getting big-time free agents. I'm sorry.
Nope.
So I would look at him and, Sam Presti's name out there, Troy Weaver, who's the assistant GM in OKC, he would be good. And Michael Winger, who is in L.A. with the Clippers now, was an assistant to Sam Presti, was in Cleveland before. So I think those are some names they should look at if you can't get the two big dogs. Yeah.
The best name on your list is Pat Riley plus Spoelstra coming to L.A. to save the Lakers. Yeah, I think he'd bring Eric with him. Why wouldn't he?
Right.
I don't know.
What about what Bron gonna say?
I don't know. It seems like he liked Eric.
They won titles, which that's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think Spoelstra's a good coach.
Not
I don't
great.
think he's tremendous.
I got it.
Right, but
do I think that Jeannie Buss will consider bringing back Phil Jackson in this role? I do think she will consider it, and she better not. She just better not.
Right. That's more of the same, right?
Much more of the same.
Mom and pop stuff.
Now, I like your idea of David Griffin just because I do respect him, and I've enjoyed him on the NBA network because he's very good. He's well-spoken, and you can see how
he thinks,
how clever he is.
He is.
It's interesting. I'm going to make this prediction. I think Jeannie is family-oriented, and she's going to stick with what she knows, and it was very significant to me. It was shocking to me. Last night, Magic out of nowhere thanked Linda, and I'm like, Linda? And he said, it was great working with Linda. Linda Rambis? Really? So Linda Rambis now has a pretty strong part of this operation, and she's Jeannie's. I think they're best friends, right?
Best friends. She's always at the game.
So she already has input. And Kurt showed up on a late season road trip unannounced. He rode the team plane to wherever they were going, just to sort of oversee and observe. So is it possible that she would just elevate Linda and Kurt as the new GM sort of power couple? I'm going to bet that's what she will lean toward.
Really?
Well, it's because it's what you know and trust.
But here's the thing: do what you've always done, you get what you've always got.
Right.
Okay. What do they
Because
got?
they've been a mess since Dr. Buss died.
Yes, the last 6 years have been abysmal.
Okay, whose fault is that?
There's no blame.
Bottom line.
Well, Jeannie was involved, her brother Jim. Magic's involved. Yeah, there's enough blame to go around.
Okay, but you have to start with Jim and Jeannie.
Yes.
Like buck stops on their desk,
absolutely.
Right? Okay, so she has to fix it now, and that's you said she showed guts and heart. But this is the biggest decision she's ever going to. This is a tough one
for her,
and I'm sure she misses her dad right now.
Right. Because she was good when she ran business for the Lakers. I don't think she's a basketball person.
No.
I mean, so what is this is a tough situation for her. You know, to go out and get. I mean, that's why you got to bring in one of those older guys we talked about to advise you. That's what Magic was supposed to do, advise her. But it's a tough situation.
Okay, did the bridge get burned between LeBron and Pat Riley? Because it didn't end well over
him leaving.
Yes.
LeBron, I mean, LeBron was used to having more carte blanche with the Cavaliers when he was first in Cleveland, and didn't get that. I mean, he got treated like a regular player. Yeah. Maybe it's a little bit more, but some of his family members, they didn't get that special treatment in the arena and stuff like that.
Didn't he want Maverick to fly on the plane, or maybe
Randy. It was some. I think it was Randy, but there was something
Pat
with
said
that.
no.
Yeah, I think toward the end maybe they let him a little, but when they realized he might leave, but it didn't end that well. But look, LeBron reconciled with Dan Gilbert.
Yeah.
So we do know that LeBron.
I mean, it's easy. I mean, you know what? As you get older, Skip, you realize stuff. I mean, you harboring these ill feels.
I wouldn't know, but go ahead.
You know what I've learned? I got this trait from my grandma. I'm not gonna let anybody hold my feelings hostage. Yeah. Because while I'm up here angry and bitter with you, you going on living your life. Right. So you know what, Skip? I've learned to forgive. I don't harbor any animosity like I used to. I used to be, somebody do something bad to me, I was wishing 100 deaths on them. But now, hey, it's cool.
So what's the best fit for LeBron James right now?
Jerry West, David Griffin.
Jerry West and David Griffin?
No, Jerry West
number one.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Or it could. I mean, you could bring them both. What about Jerry West as president or consultant and David Griffin as GM?
Yeah.
Because I think Rob Pelinka is probably in trouble. Yeah, because whoever's coming in is going to want control.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then Luke
got to go. Because normally
he probably has
to have a coach to survive 3 organizational changes.
Right.
That's unprecedented.
Yep.
Now he ain't that good. Now I can see if he's one of these what's the guy? Pop. Yep. If he's Pop, I can understand Pop.
Yep.
But a guy that hadn't won anything and to survive 3 organizational changes, that would be unprecedented.
And I remind you, the whole idea of the Magic-Rob Pelinka tandem was flawed from the start because neither had any experience at all because Rob Pelinka was an agent.
He was Kobe's agent.
I mean, he knows how to do some contractual things, but other than that.
And Rob Pelinka was a big-time agent.
Yeah.
He had Kobe, James Harden, Kevin Durant at one time. He stole players from other agents and had players stolen from him. My point is he developed some enemies around that. People looking at Bob Myers in Golden State, yeah, he was an agent. He wasn't a big-time agent. He was a good agent. He was under Arn Tellem, but he wasn't the main, like, Pelinka was one of those main guys. So my point is Myers didn't develop as many enemies as
that
Pelinka
could have
had.
affected him, you think?
Yeah. I mean, look, money talks, and at the end of the day, you got to do a business deal, even if you may not like the guy.
Yeah.
But if things were equal, if are people looking to help you out,
A berry.
right.
Yeah.
So that was the situation.
Okay.
But it's a little temporary setback for a major comeback. It's a temporary setback for a major comeback.
Disaster.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like, I don't
But the
know.
repair job. I mean,
Well, here, look, I'll say this. As bad as yesterday was and as ugly as it was, this is an opportunity.
Okay.
And I do think that Magic stepping down, it's a good thing for them because he just wasn't cut out for the job, didn't want to do the dirty work, and now you can get a regime in there. They need to make this hire by the end of May, I would think, and then that gives you a month to prepare for free agency. And if you get it right, you know, maybe you can get one of these big free agents.
Maybe in, a year or two, we look back on today and think, wow, that was the right move. But it's hard at this point.
most
it feels
happiness
like
comes out of
a lot.
chaos, Skip
It
Bayless.
feels
Remember
like
that.
a lot. It feels
Most
like chaos.
happiness comes out of chaos.
Who said that?
I
Your
know,
grandfather?
no, Skip, I'm just saying.
Maybe your grandmother.
Right now, we're in the chaos. So that leads me to say, should LeBron regret coming to LA? We'll discuss that next.
No mercy.
It really has been a crazy Lakers season. Chris Broussard is back with us. So, Chris, when you think about LeBron, does he have any regrets about coming to LA?
Well, look, this obviously wasn't just about basketball for him. So it was about family. From a family perspective, I assume he loves it. Great place to raise your kids and all that. Business-wise, every other week, it's a new show from LeBron James coming out.
Executive produced by.
Right. It's and then of course the movie coming up. So from those standpoints, off the court, I would imagine he's tickled pink. It's gone great for him. But basketball-wise, regret meaning I want out of here, I think that's probably strong. But some doubt, some anger, how could you? He has to.
I agree.
He has to. Like, you are in danger of playing your last 4 years in mediocrity and not anonymity, he's LeBron James, but, just becoming
I agree.
Just a part of the league. No, if this keep going on. You could have went to Philadelphia and not only had a good chance to get to the finals, but with Joel Embiid, I think you had a chance to win the finals.
I agree.
And more championships. So, but I get it. He's 34 years old. He's got his family. His kids are teenagers, or one of them. So I think from a lifestyle standpoint, it's fine. But basketball, and I'm not saying it's over. I'm not saying they can't make some changes. And it can turn around quickly if they get an Anthony Davis or some big-time free agent. But right now, just strictly basketball, you have to be like, man, this is not looking good.
Well, I don't think he has any regret because he felt that, you know how LeBron thinks, him and 4 cadavers can get to the Western Conference get in the Western Conference playoffs.
Once upon a time.
Yeah, you think he thinks that now?
Well, I still believe he believes he's going to be able to attract or lure someone here because this Magic thing plays no role. I believe even if Magic Johnson wasn't the GM, LeBron James was going to play for the Lakers unless it was discombobulated like what it was with Jim Buss. Other than that,
some stabilizing force, right?
As long as it wasn't that kind of chaos, LeBron was coming here. He was coming here. So with that being said, Skip, look, we all know the groin injury is the biggest explanation. You notice I didn't use the term excuse or reason. I said it offers the biggest explanation.
The quote-unquote torn groin?
Why things didn't shape up the way we had hoped.
Torn groin.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yep.
Stop.
Go ahead.
That's always the explanation. But hey, it happened.
I'll give you
the
that.
first year, you didn't think, he's coming to, bask in his own glory. He's coming to do all these movies. That's what
say it. No, say it. He came to chase Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, because he had to chase another Michael. He already passed the other one, the Jeffrey. But that's not here. This is not his. This is not his segment. This is about LeBron and having regrets. Yeah. LeBron don't regret anything. Didn't he tell you that? LeBron has said that so many times. He has no regrets about anything that he's ever done. So he didn't.
Not publicly.
You know what?
Huh?
LeBron's going to be just fine. What?
Shannon Sharpe.
What?
This morning, LeBron's basketball heaven is starting to feel like more of a hell because it does not feel good. It doesn't look good. It doesn't bode well. Magic Johnson didn't even inform him. He had to hear this from the media. That's going to send this resounding, scary message to all those potential free agents. What is going on in L.A.? Are they truly a dysfunctional franchise? Because there's even a parody video that's been all over the internet, one shining moment of the Lakers season. Yeah. That's another reason Magic just said, I don't want to associate with this. This is beneath my dignity. Because the parody video is all of the gaffes and the blunders.
But a lot of them have to do with what happened with his watch, though, Skip. Okay. So he can't escape that.
Okay, but LeBron was sort of in the vortex of all of it. Airball, free throws, getting your shot blocked with a full hand block. We can go on and on. Inbounds passes off the backboard. And if you put them all together, it's not a good look, right?
Chris, didn't somebody miss a free throw last night that allowed somebody to hit a game-winning three?
Yeah, it just killed my Spurs. I'm glad you brought it up because I am still steamed about it. Because James Harden had made every free throw until the free throw. And then he gets a wide open three to win the game. I mean, wide open with a shove off of Paul George. And he just left it short.
It's close.
Can you imagine? We would have, instead of, I know Magic stepped down,
all right.
But had who done that?
Okay, LeBron James shot 66% from the free throw line. James Harden shoots 90%.
So you expect him to miss a free throw late,
so
right?
He's got to get better. But the point is, the message sent last night was, that place is a mess.
Right.
That's such a bad, they're not the Lakers that you keep waiting for them to turn back into the Lakers, and they're just not. It reminds me, just a quick aside, like one of my all-time favorite movies is Sunset Boulevard. It's way before your time, but Gloria Swanson plays Norma Desmond. She's a faded Hollywood star who's way past her prime, and she doesn't know it. And it smacks of what we're seeing right now because the classic line in the movie, she walks down the step dressed in her Hollywood costume, and she says, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille, meaning Cecil B. DeMille. Yeah. And there's no close-up because there's no movie, and she doesn't know it. And it's starting to feel like that with the Hollywood Lakers because they're all dressed up with nowhere to go. And Magic just said, I'm out. I don't want to associate
you keep talking about this thing is a mess, but guess who room? Clean your room. And I walk out my room and say, Brandon, my room messy.
Okay.
Well, you slept in it.
But to Chris's point, LeBron this morning has to be saying, wait a second, is it possible I'm going to get stuck here?
He's like, I got
Well, and he's also, look, and LeBron said it a couple months ago, my legacy's set. Anything else is icy.
Okay.
But he's realized now, no. I mean, obviously he's going to be a top 10, top 5 player of all time, whatever. But in little degrees, it's hurting his legacy. If this continues,
that's true.
If they go out in the first round, don't make the playoffs next year.
Right. If he doesn't make the playoffs
people are already starting it. Kobe's legacy is rising as LeBron struggles here. So I don't think he thought that was a possibility either.
You just said in the previous segment, Jeannie's really not a basketball person, so she is in charge.
Who's making this decision?
Okay, so where are you going now?
Well, look here. We'll be up for a move wherever KD go. So we might be in the big apple.
Do you want to?
What?
Okay,
we might be in the big apple
about
too.
Demanding a trade.
We might be in the big apple. They say Jeannie thought about it. So if you thought about it,
Rick Bucher
LeBron can't go. I was talking to a GM yesterday who said that was true, that she thought about trading. So that's now, but that's a work. LeBron wants to be in LA.
He does.
For all the other reasons.
That appeal would overrule all the rest of the basketball stuff.
Right. Can you imagine if LeBron James got traded?
I don't think it's fair, guys, to say that Jeannie's not a basketball person. I feel like she would
Is
really
she?
take offense to that. She grew up around this team, and I think that
I
honestly,
grew up on a farm. Don't make me a farmer.
But she knows it. And
I don't know the way you talk. I'm not sure. I think you're a
I do
pretty
want to
good
say
farmer.
this, though, quickly, guys. The Lakers just announced all the players will give exit interviews today, not LeBron. So we're going to have to wait a little
LeBron ain't
longer
talking.
to hear what
We
he
don't
has to
talk.
say about the
Ain't
situation.
nothing to talk about.
He's not
Maybe he gonna
say
pull a
anything.
power move.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, good to have you today. Plenty of stuff. We're going to talk about Cole Beasley now.
Oh,
because he's
me?
taking
What?
Some shots at the Cowboys. Skip, I thought you liked this guy.
I like Beasley.
No mercy. Time for our final topic of the day. If anyone thinks Cole Beasley feels he made a mistake by leaving Dallas for Buffalo, they'd be wrong. A fan tweeted at Cole saying he's realizing that Buffalo isn't Dallas. So then Cole responded, quote, actually, if we want to compare from a player's perspective, Buffalo bleeps on Dallas. Facilities for recovery and training are top
What a
notch.
bleep. I don't know what bleep is. What bleep
You
is?
could guess. Shannon, do you like Cole saying this?
I don't normally like players
Yeah.
taking shots at their former team.
You love this
But
one.
then what old Beasley?
Yeah, you love it, don't you?
Even Skip, what's up with your facilities?
Yeah.
Y'all just spent $1.5 billion.
They just spin it. It's like the best facility in the league. What's he talking about? Do you realize Cole Beasley has turned into a mini AB, as in Antonio Brown.
gosh.
So we got CB going on here because he's not BB, he's CD. But he can't let go of Dallas because he already misses Dallas. That's the problem. And he keeps responding to Cowboy fans on the internet by trying to tell them how great Buffalo is. You're in Buffalo.
Well, Skip, he was upset. I don't know if they didn't offer him a contract or they didn't offer him what he thought he was worth. So he's holding that against him. So anytime a fan reaches out to him, this is his opportunity to bleep on the Cowboys.
Yeah, they blew. Yeah, let's just say that to poop on the
Yeah,
Cowboys. How about
Skip, I
that?
can't believe.
I don't know why. I just said bleep.
Yeah.
Well,
I
whatever.
didn't need to.
So remember, Cole Beasley grew up in a Dallas suburb.
Yes.
He went to SMU in the heart of Dallas in Highland Park.
That's his hometown
He played
team.
for America's team,
Yeah.
and now he's stuck in Buffalo, but he got his money.
Yeah.
Money cannot buy happiness.
Ed can rent it for like 2 to 3 years. That's all he needs.
Well, is that good enough?
Yeah.
Or do you miss? Did you
The
make
wings
the
are
wrong
great in
choice?
Buffalo. I heard the
Maybe
wings-
you should have taken a little hometown discount to stay there. But we're good because we got Randall Cobb.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Join us again at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports, one of one.